All right. Thank you so much for speaking with me today, John. I appreciate it so much. I
Of course.
loved this film.
Oh, thank you.
Kevin Bacon reminded me of my ex-pastor, but I won't get into that. Anyways, to kick things off, you're an Oscar-nominated screenwriter. Now you've jumped into directing. So what ultimately was it about this film that you're like, I have to direct this?
It was so personal. I grew up as a gay kid, loving horror movies and never seeing gay characters. And so when I got a chance to write a movie with seven gay heroes in it, it became strangely personal to me. And I just felt very tender about the characters, overly tender about the characters. And then, thank goodness, Jason Blum, who has a good history of like first-time directors, said, "Yeah, go ahead, go make the movie." So that was it.
That was it. And I think it's immensely important to show the harm of what gay conversion camps inflict because it's just so important for people to visually see that, but it's also incredibly difficult to watch at the same time. So how is it building some of those more harrowing scenes to show that?
Yeah, it was challenging. I talked to kids who'd been through gay conversion and they told me their stories. And what surprised me was the combination of physical cruelty, sleep deprivation, forced marches, and psychological cruelty, where their identity was being threatened and undermined every single day in different ways. And it was harrowing, these stories. So I felt it was important to represent that, to honestly show that, both in terms of the psychological assault upon the campers and also the physical hardship they have to suffer. Now, we do the horror movie version of that, but it's not far past reality. And so-called gay conversion therapy is still legal in half these United States, and it's a monstrous evil. And so if someone sees this movie and they feel a little differently about it afterwards, then I'm delighted.
Yes, absolutely. And on the flip side, we have an amazing musical, a music interlude. How did that even come to be a part of the film?
Well, it's like I'm a theater queen, I will
Oh,
admit it, and I love, musical comedy, and I've
me
worked in
too.
musical theater. And there's it's also a very familiar trope in like the summer camp movie where like we all bond together and we get around the fire, we sing a song or we do a dance or something. So I thought I wanted to use that in this movie and really enjoy it. But honestly, it's like I know how much it would have meant to me when I was 13 to have
Oh,
someone say, "You're effing perfect just the way you are." And so to be able to bond all our characters, and they really unite as a family during that sequence, was incredibly fulfilling. Also, my favorite day on the set, because suddenly I'm not only Marty Scorsese, I get to be Bob Fosse.
yeah.
So.
And like, we kind of, you said this about our seven heroes. Can you talk about working with GLAD to ensure that the characters would have proper representation and visibility?
Yeah, that was super important because I'm a 60-year-old gay man. I am not non-binary, I am not trans, and I wanted to try to represent every color of the rainbow flag. So I needed education. I needed to learn. And Scott Turner Schofield was incredibly valuable, as was Glad, in terms of teaching me. And then the cast themselves, talking to Quaitan or Theo Germain, say, tell me your experience. What am I doing wrong? How can we make this authentic to you? And it was an open dialogue with the actors all the way through in terms of they were feeling comfortable and feeling well represented.
That's awesome. And to wrap things up, ultimately, besides this being an entertaining slasher featuring one of Pink's best songs, what message are you hoping people receive upon watching this?
I hope that people will see and feel what I feel, which is we as a people, as a nation, are stronger for our differences, and we should celebrate and empower those people who aren't like us. And they may not be you, but they're wonderful people. So when you see a queer person, to celebrate who they are and to give them a sense of pride about who they are, I think is very important.
Thank you so much. I will be there on Sunday for the
Oh,
premiere.
great.
I can't wait to see everybody's reaction to it. You all done a phenomenal job.
Oh, thanks, Shannon. I
Of
appreciate it.
course. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.